If they are there, we can teach them. So if they are not there, how can they learn?
Most of the students who drop out of school usually end up in some form or fashion in our criminal justice system. And not only is that a waste of human capital, but it's also a waste of taxpayers' money. Every child matters, no matter where he or she lives.
This is emotional work. It takes all of us working together. But we are on a new path, and about 3 years ago, the Community Foundation decided to strategically focus most of its efforts on improving the lives of children and adolescents living in poverty.
Each will receive a $300,000 grant over 5 years. I would encourage all of you to think of our 10 grantees not only as individual efforts focused on their program locations, but as a collective, providing a learning opportunity about what works and what doesn't work to address chronic absenteeism. The grants will be implemented in 4 municipalities: Trenton, Hamilton, Lawrence, and Princeton.
There's a lot of evidence that arts programming does improve absenteeism and improve dropout rates if there are a lot of arts provided in the school.
There are so many people in Princeton who want to see these kids succeed, and just matching them up and finding a way to allow those volunteers to be a part of these kids' lives on a very human level, and to build relationships that can be enduring and help them, these students, go on to really achieve their own self-potential, of which there is lots.
I think educating students can be really hard work. Essentially, I just like to work with students, kind of identify what are some of those things that are really keeping us from getting to school on time or being the best student we can be.
Comes to get us, and we sit down and talk about, some of the problems we face, and he gives good examples on what we should do to overcome that.
What we plan to do after high school, whether that's going to college or starting a career, I just wanted both of you to be able to identify what we need to do to get there.
He actually helps me a lot. He tells me how our grades is doing. He gives me tips and ideas how to get into careers. He actually helps me through a lot. He actually helps me through my troubles, through my problems, through my academics.
Tres de los que quieras. How can we assist you? What is it? Is it food security? Is it to be stable at home? Is it a matter of getting here? Was it an issue that we have the proper clothing? Or our main objective, which is food security. They come in at, they already know our schedule. Most of them, even though we're a block away from here, before we made the connection with them, at least, I am not exaggerating, at least 80% of the parents that we're helping now that were from Robbins School did not know that we were here. Miss Natalia has a daughter that goes to Robbins School, and that is our main objective. And she was on our chronically absent list. She went from a tier 3 student to a tier 2, and then she's borderline going down to a tier 1. Which means that her absenteeism is not as bad as it was before.
He comes when we have our parent meetings, and he speaks with the parents about any issues or concerns that they may have. They're very comfortable with him. He provides so many resources for them outside of what we can do in the school. They come to him when they need shoes, when they need housing. Whatever we need, they have been there to support us. For any of our attendance incentives, they provided pizza parties, ice cream parties.
Sí, están haciendo, hoy es el día de los retratos. Most of the parents that we call, that's all they speak is Spanish. So I'm on the phone and I'm letting them know your child is, has been absent for numerous days, and we would like to know if there's anything that we can do to assist.
one of the things we discovered during the focus groups with the school was that our kids were coming to school hungry, and the teachers were feeding the children out of their own pockets. The elementary school where our children go to does not offer a breakfast program, as is not a Title I school. And from all the research we did, it supported the fact that if the children don't start off with breakfast in the morning, they're more likely to be absent from school.
I love being the principal at Lawrenceville Elementary School, and the director and I got together and we decided to go for this grant to get the funds to make the breakfast program happen for our students, just to help them have a more successful day at school, to focus on wellness and the total child.
The school nurse particularly is seeing such a decline in the number of students who are stopping at her office as soon as they get off the bus. She was running her own little breakfast program at school. When the students would come off the bus, they were hungry, they would stop in and get a granola bar or a yogurt stick or something like that. And that just really we've seen a big decline in that this year, that they're coming, they already have their food. I know in my own personal teaching program with them, for my students that I see early in the day, I always have a snack in my room, and more the kids are saying, I don't need snack, I'm not hungry. So they really are, their bellies are full, which makes them more able to learn.
I work night shift, so when I come home in the morning, it's like a big rush. Well, when we get up, we don't get breakfast. We run out the house, it's hard. Breakfast is usually a Pop-Tart. So come in here, they get a nutritious breakfast, milk, cereal, anything. So it's really wonderful for them.
My favorite breakfast is eggs and grits. It makes me feel ready to go to school.
It takes a village to raise a child. That's what I think. I love my community, and I love these kids.
Playing a game, they're singing songs, they're coloring and sharing with their friends, they're about to play musical chairs. So it really is just a very calming, community-based way for them to start their day.